Why do listings expire? It's a great question that so many agents just don't ask. They see that your listing has been on market for a while and through the duration of that listing contract. And now that that time is up, it's expired, and it's fair game for them to go and try to get that business. That's fine, nothing wrong with that. But then you have people calling and knocking on your door and maybe sending you a letter, and they're saying, hey, I can get your home sold. Hey, let me list your property. Hey, it didn't work out, but let me try, I can do better. And all of them fail at actually looking at why it expired, right? So maybe you're thinking, my agent was crap. I don't know if it's the house or if it was the agent. If they did suck, maybe I can just do it better myself, but then that's so much time. And how do I know I'm making the right choice in the next agent? Or even if you don't want to, you just want some closure, some answers of what went wrong. So I'm going to talk about the biggest things I see most commonly in honestly almost every expired listing, and then some things that may be a little bit more specific to that property. And hopefully, this will provide you with some answers. So, I'm going to start with this example just because being entirely candid, I find it a little bit hilarious. So, this one is a cute little home in Ringgold, Georgia. It, at the time of listing, had tenants in place with the lease expiring 9 months from the date of the initial listing. So we know this is going to be an investor sale because no one's going to buy it and then just wait 9 months to move in unless they're open to being a landlord in the time in between, right? So this description reads, introducing an enchanting residence ideally located within walking distance of downtown Ringgold. Set on an expansive 1.5-acre lot, this home is embraced by picturesque landscapes adorned with majestic trees and vibrant flowers. Revel in the tranquility of your own private yard, boasting a captivating view. Step inside this generously proportioned abode featuring original hardwood floors that grace most of our rooms, exuding timeless charm. Begin your day in the delightful sunroom, a perfect spot to relax while immersing yourself in the beauty of the surroundings. Furthermore, an additional detached mother-in-law suite complements this already remarkable home. Don't miss the opportunity to experience this exceptional property firsthand. Schedule your viewing today. Well, without even looking at the rest of it, just in this description, I can show you a whole lot that's wrong. So all I got out of this is walking distance, 1.5-acre, hardwood floors, mother-in-law suite. In all of those words. Now, I don't know if you are aware, but we are limited to the number of characters we can use for a listing description. So while it does need to be enticing, it also needs to be concise so that we're not wasting that on filler words, and most of this is fluff. The other issue I have, aside from it being fluff, is who it's talking to. So we know that there's a tenant in place and this is an investor. But yet there's words like your own private yard. Start your day in a delighted sunroom. This buyer is not going to be the occupant, at least for 9 months. Why are we marketing it like it's going to be? Furthermore, all of this is meant to evoke emotion. And what does an investor care about? It's certainly not emotion. They care about numbers, right? What's the cap rate? If I put some work in, what's my ARV? What's the current cash flow? Are the leases that are in place up to current market value, or do I expect a boost at that point? All of that matters, and the fluff doesn't. And so they're just missing the mark. I'd also argue that this screams like it was written by an AI and not by an actual agent, and that's probably why it's missing the mark. But then when we go further into it, it's listed at 185 days, mind you. They dropped $30,000 in the meantime. I don't even know that it needed to drop 30,000 when I'm looking at comps, because I think they just did a really bad job of marketing it. The pictures are not great. It's on 1.5 acres, but none of the photos show me the land. I like to do drone, especially when there's land, so you can showcase that. That's not here. I can't really tell what I'm looking at in the rooms. There's clutter in all of them. It's not clean. And I mean, I don't know what marketing they did. I didn't see this other than pulling it off the MLS. So honestly, I don't know this agent. So maybe they were showing things on social media. But for marketing, you need to be utilizing social media, Google, print ads, signs leading up to the house, anything you can do. It's not just sticking a sign in the yard and putting it on the MLS. That doesn't cut it. And then I like to include additional MLSs. This specifically because it's an investment property. This is going to boast, not boast, sorry. This is going to post to not only Chattanooga MLS, but I'm also going to push it to Nashville, Knoxville, and Atlanta. I can't talk today, I'm sorry. Nashville, Knoxville, and Atlanta, because when we've out of state investors looking, they're looking at those big cities as well as Chattanooga. And so that way, I'm sure I'm capturing everyone I need to. I really need to drink some water. But yes, there's a lot in that. The biggest things, though, I do see are pictures, pricing. If it has acreage, or really if it's under an acre, that's where I see it the most when agents don't convert the square footage of the lot over to acreage. And so then you have a buyer looking on Zillow, Realtor, what have you, sometimes before they even talk to an agent, and they're filtering out by 0.5 acres. Well, guess what? If your home wasn't converted to acreage, they're not seeing it. Highest and best use is huge, not just the audience you're talking to for exactly what it is, but then what could it be? There's one in here that looks like a duplex, but it's converted into a home. Nothing says anything about that. The first picture is the outside looks like a duplex. Nothing in the description explains that it's converted from a duplex. So then you're wondering, is this a duplex? Is it a house? You don't even know. And then just diving further into that, not everyone's going to go and look tax records, see that it's single family. They're not going to click through all the photographs because it's not something that's going to capture the audience you're going after. There's another one that is a commercial property. It was a converted house, but now it's in the middle of a downtown area. So it's very unlikely for it to be converted back to residential when it's zoned commercial now. And the whole yard's a parking lot. So why is that being posted on a residential MLS and marketed towards residential buyers that are just going to live in it? I think a lot of agents are not well versed enough in land, commercial, investors, and just all the different facets of real estate. And they think a house is a house and they market a house as a house. And it is not a one size fits all. And so I think this is where we see the biggest failures and why listings expire is really because the agent is not doing all that they can do. And I think for a lot of, at least the stack that I've looked at today, you can do so much better. So if you guys have questions on your specific property, reach out. I'm always happy to help. It does not lock you into anything. I just want to show you a different way of doing things and, a way that will get it sold.